Guys, this is Hawkeye, and I am here with a game that I recently had been brought to my attention. It's called Occupy Mars, and this game is, I will tell you, not a game you can jump in and just play, because it definitely has a major learning curve, but it is also based very much on science. If you've ever seen the movie The Martian, this will kind of give you an idea of what it's like in this particular game. You're basically trying to survive at every moment. Now, this has not come to its full gaming version. This is just the prologue, and so basically you have a mission, and that mission is to try to accomplish a number of things at a research base by yourself, while at the time there is a dust storm that's coming. So you have a limited amount of time, you have limited resources, and you basically have to make do with what you've got. But it's not easy. I've had to play this several times to get down what you have to do, and a tutorial is really not that intuitional, I guess. But anyway, guys, we're going to jump in here, and I'm going to try to see if I can get as far as I can get. Even though I've done this, I have still yet to complete it, but I think I can get us far enough along that you can get an idea where this could be going. So let's go ahead and start. As a member of Alpha Base, one of the first successful Mars colonies, you have been sent to Remote Research Station RRS located inside the Gale crater. Your task is to collect data and resources. As easy as it seems to be, you have to be careful of the incoming dust storm. With the limited resources you have, you need to think in order to survive. Now that is a key thing in this game, guys. If you're coming in here just to goof around and, you know, kill and shoot things and stuff like that, that's not this game. This game is not for you. If you're in here to use your brain, this game is perfect for you.
Oxygen set. External.
Now, I'm not going to do the tutorials, so we're just going to do what we're supposed to do, and there is a thing that says collect the rock. Now that's still sort of the tutorials, but a lot of tutorials have left things out, to be honest. Like, it doesn't tell you how to get the camera zoomed out, and that you do with V. Now, as you can see, I'm in the rover right now, and V takes me out of that. Now what we're going to do is we're looking for a particular rock, as you can see on this little thing that's got the crosshairs, and I'm going to take it to an external view because sometimes it's a little easier to maneuver things. Again, that's V. Now you got to get as close to it as you can. Now, as far as operating this thing, go back into the cockpit. You have to hit the tab button to go from driving mode to operating the crane. Now this is the crane right here, and there are various controls here that you can use. It's really only necessary to mess with this one, or maybe the crane light at this point in time. The crane camera, honestly, you can use it, and it's somewhat helpful, but I haven't really found a need for it just yet. But you can kind of pinpoint the exact place of where rocks are and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and do an external view. It's actually better to do it from the external view. Now, AS moves it from side to side. Up and down is W and S. Z opens the claw, and X closes it. So what we're basically doing, going down there, opening the claw, closing it. And we just simply lift the rock up. Now you got to once you get it over that, you got to make sure that it's lined up. And one of the things I usually do is I bring the boom back in as much as I can, then try to lower it and see if it's going to go inside. Then open the claws with the Z button, and it drops in. Now the next step is we're going to go back to our driving position. And the next part of this is we have to see just how you scrap for materials. Now you can take materials that are found from previous missions and use a tool to get scrap from them that you can use to make other materials. Now to get out of your chair, you have to hit the escape button.
Oxygen set. External.
Now you can look at yourself either through third person or hit V and see yourself in third person. It's really your choice. Doesn't make a whole lot of difference how it's done.
Suit.
But I'm going to go in first person because that's the way I prefer to do things. Now we need to bring up number 4, which is for scrapping. This thing will turn this into screws and plates and whatnot that you can use to build yourself some future things. There we go, and it just kind of disappears. I would suggest putting this away because you might accidentally click the wrong thing and start drilling on the inside of your rover.
Oxygen set.
That has been known to happen, and I've been known to do it. Now, if it seems a little dark in here, so I'm going to turn my flashlight on so we can see things. It's early morning, so another thing you might want to do is up in here, there's some things that you can use, and there's a storage area here to store things. That's not really a big worry right now. But this stuff here you want to go ahead and get. You've got water. Go ahead and hit your E button to pick those up, and extra oxygen. That you're going to need. I just go ahead and pick them up now because oxygen, you cannot get it at this point in time either from the rover or from what you're carrying in your pockets. So now we need to go to another rock location so you can see how you mine for ores. And you can pick up all kinds of ores, I mean aluminum and iron and... Let me get a better position here. I want to get this, see these wheels are kind of wide, so you want to kind of get around there to where you can get the claw in there to pick things up, but not driving over top of the rock. Okay, now let me put my flashlight back on again. There we go.
Oxygen set. Suit.
Now it's already telling me that I'm starting to get thirsty, and it'll start barking at me about it here in a minute. So let me go ahead and get my mining tool, which is number 3. Looks like this, a big probe of some kind. And you basically hit this stuff until that little circle disappears, and it'll start breaking up into smaller rocks. There we go. You're trying to get them down to a size that the claw can handle. Now it says you can go ahead and load the trailer, but I'm going to break this up just a little bit more, because even though it says that, I've still had it refuse to pick things up because they were still a little bit too big. And we are going to need these materials here soon, because we got to build us a couple of things that we're going to desperately need to power up the habitat. Here's another rock that's kind of big. Okay, let's see. Should I go ahead and let's break this up one more time. Now if I can get enough of those to fill up this thing, that'd be nice. I think that might have it right there. Alright. Let me go ahead and put that away again, because I don't want to mine the inside of a rover.
Oxygen set. External.
Okay, it did say something about my hydration. Now to get the hydration, hit your tab button and then go to inventory, and you will see a number of things that you can use. This here is your food, which we need that too. It's going to say we're hungry fairly soon. I'm going to go ahead and consume a couple of processed foods, and then make sure you're on water, not oxygen. We don't need the oxygen just yet, but we do need the water. One of them will do it. And as you now see, my hunger bar is up over to the lower right, and my hydration is up. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and jump in here. Whoa, what the hey? Not sure what the hell happened there, but apparently I was a little too close to the rock, I guess. Let's go ahead and turn around to that and we'll start picking some of these up. Hopefully we won't have too much trouble getting them. Let's see here. Now let's move the boom arm out by hitting Shift and D will extend it, and then let's see if we can't get it. Yeah, we do have one. Good. Sometimes it's a little hard to pick them up, and I've struggled with it a little bit from time to time. I'm surprised this isn't too big to go in there. It did. I managed to get it in there. Now, I don't know. That may be too far away for me to get, but we'll see. Here. Maybe not. Looks like we're going to get quite a bit of ore this time, guys. Now, I'm a little bit far away. You got to remember, this has got to go in there. You end up dropping on the outside. Anyway, now that we've got some of that loaded up, we're going to go ahead and put this back here so it doesn't bang into anything. And what we need now to do, whoops, hit tab, go back to the drive position, and we're going to drive right up this ramp here, guys. Now it's kind of cool because the hook will know that you're getting there and it'll close up on itself. There we go. So that you don't knock it off there due to the low. Alright, we need to pull forward. I'm going to go ahead and get the front view. It'll tell me when I'm in the right position. There we go. Once it says unloading, that's when you need to stop. And go ahead and press unload. Jump out of the chair. And now we can go ahead and leave.
Suit.
We need to save as much of the oxygen in that rover as we can. Now we eventually can load it up, but what it's basically doing is dumping all that material you collected into this thing, which grinds it up so that this machine can take the materials and make it into anything you want. Well, not anything, but a lot of different things. What we need to do according to the instructions is we need to make ourselves a battery, but that's just what it tells you. I'm also going to make myself a medium solar panel because we're going to need a lot of power to go to the habitat, and just on my own gameplay I've kind of discovered that. Now to get to that we need to go in here first. Let's go ahead and make the battery pack. Now all the materials are here to make, so all we need to do is make one, and then we come over here and print, and it starts to print. And you can see it making it right here, all the materials. It's pretty cool. It's using a 3D printer that's huge. Alright, it's pretty cool stuff, the 3D printer. That's the future, guys. Anyway, we're going to come also in here also. We're going to build a medium solar panel. Now we're shy a few materials in here. We have enough to make them, but we're going to have to make these parts individually. Apparently the other ones were already present. But we need to make 7 solar cells, 2 small engines, and 9 electronics. So let's see, let's make the solar cells first. You have to make that directly from the aluminum silicon you've collected. I think it was 7. We add it over here, and then we print those. There's 2 small engines. Let me see where those were. Here they are. Print those. And 9 electronics, I think it was. And we add that. Ooh, we're shy of silicon. Not good. Yep, we sure are. Ugh. Now, how many can we make? We can't even make one. Oh, well, that's not good.
Oxygen low.
Okay, already it's telling me my oxygen's low. And that's why we have the extra oxygen. You pull up your tab button, go to your inventory, go to oxygen, and hit consume. And that will fill up your suit. Now, I'm not sure exactly how long it gives it, but it does give you a little bit of time. Now, we're going to go ahead and set up this battery pack. You can just jump down from here. I know it looks like a good distance, but remember, gravity on Mars is considerably less. Now, the battery pack, I'm going to go ahead and build while we're at it. We just pull up our tab button. There is an option on here to hit build. We go to electricity, and we want to build a battery pack. Now, we simply just hit build, and it allows you to place it. And then we have to hit 2 to get out our soldering torch. And we use that on it to start making it. Well, for some reason it's not working. Are you serious? I'm still short some things. Oh, that's crazy. Last time I was able to make it without it, I was able to make several of them. Oh, I know what the problem is. I didn't pick anything up. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I forgot to get it out of the inventory. You do have to do that. Even though it makes it, it doesn't stick it into your inventory. So you have to go into the inventory here and grab everything. Then you come over here and put it together. There we go. And there's our battery pack. Now I want you to plant and grow 10 potatoes. Now, one of the things I need to do is start powering things up. And there is no power going to the habitat at this point in time. You also notice that there are cords going everywhere. And that gets a little confusing for me, honestly. So, first of all, let's find out this battery pack is in use right now. And that is going to the grinder over there. Leave that alone. This one is going to the unit over here that's making water. And this is where you can get extra water if you need it. If you come over here, look at this, you'll see that there is all kinds of stored water here. You can fill a water tank up, grab you another water bottle. That way you have more water. Now, hydration is usually not a problem. It's oxygen. That's a big deal here. Okay, the thing we need to do is we need to get power from one of these. I wanted to make an extra one so that we had a little more power, but that doesn't look like that's going to happen. So we're going to have to get power to our battery pack from these guys that are existing, and I'm not real fond of doing that way, but it's pretty much have no choice. I'm going to pull up into here. These are our cables. We have a ton of them. We're going to pull that into number 6 so that we can start getting power to our various things. We're going to place this in that open socket. That's a transformer. And all of those solar powers are sending energy to that transformer. And we can decide how much of that we want to use. Now we're going to put that in here. This should say, now that's output. We want to go the other side. You want it to go into the input. It says input. Thought I had my thing on there. Now we've got power going to that, and how much we have. Looks like 28 kilowatts. We have none coming out at this point in time. So it's going to slowly start to increase because the battery is going to start charging up. Now we don't want all of our power to come out of there. We want some of it. I would get no more than about 30 maybe at this point in time. Actually, you can just hit 30. And I'm going to start looking at this transformer to determine what gets what as far as power. Now, everything has an amount of power that it's going to receive. Now, the one I just hooked up is this battery pack. Should be this one here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I believe that's right. 40% of the power is coming out there. That sounds right. I think it did say 28. Now we want a lot of it to go there. We only need we need 25 of it to go here. That's going to the crusher. We don't need that much of this. I would say about 10% of that should go there. 10% of it should be going. We need about 10 kilowatts going to the thing making water. Actually, I don't even think we need any of this to go. We're trying to get, our total output is 70 kilowatts. I was trying to get the new solar panel out to get it up to 90, but we're going to have to make do with what we got here. I want about 30 to go to the okay. We have to have at least 25 to go to the crusher, and we're trying to balance that out a little bit. Yeah, shoot. We can always change that around a little bit as long as we get 10% and 10%. Now we need to start being careful because it's starting to get dark already. I think the time is looks like 6 o'clock. That means the temperature is going to be dropping real fast, and you can die real easily from freezing to death. Now let's go ahead and get another power cord in here because we want to power up our habitat. And then tomorrow we will do our darndest to get that other thing built, but we're going to need to get more materials. Let me see, where's it? Oh, here it is. Now to power that up, we need to come over here and hook it in right here. Not sure where that goes. I'm going to pick it up because I prefer to hook everything up to the habitat myself. The last thing I need to do, and I need to do this fast, I need to get an oxygen tube, which is right here. We'll replace that from here to the habitat. So let's go ahead and get that set up. Pick up the other end. And hook it up. Now we've got oxygen. Since we have power, we can now jump into the airlock and put this on auto, open.
Oxygen set. External.
Looks like it's not powered up enough to open on its own.
Oxygen set. Suit. Oxygen set. External.
Yeah, we need to get a little more power going in here. But we're going to have to do that on the next day. Now what we got to do here at this point, we've got to try to get the CO2 scrubber so we can start producing oxygen. And that takes a little bit of playing with these dials and stuff. We want to try to at least get it to where this is producing 10 liters per hour. And right now it's nowhere close. So if I'm not mistaken, I was able to get it by pointing, let's see, both of those up, twisting that. Maybe it was this one over here. You got to kind of play around with these. Okay, 9.2, it's a little better. You also have to watch the temperature. You want to try to use as little power as possible. Keep the temperature under 100. It'll get red. If it's over that, you try to start this sucker, you're going to blow yourself up. Let's see if we switch that. Okay, that's not bad. That's giving us 11.75. And the temperature's still well within the good limits here. So let's go ahead and start this scrubber up. And we are producing oxygen. Now it's going to take a while, but we need to get some rest. Otherwise you can literally die of sleep deprivation. But this is a nice little habitat. I mean, you got a bathroom down there, but since we've got sleep deprivation, we're going to need to, well, we got a little bit of time. Let's take a look at this here. This is our little bathroom. Here's where you can get water all the time. Let's see, okay, yep, see it says water filled up. So I'm hydrating myself right from here. So I don't even need the bottle. I guess that's for laundry. And for you to wash your skanky self and a place to use the toilet. None of those seem to be working at this point in time. Okay, let me take you upstairs here real quick. This is where you grow the potatoes. You grow the seedlings over here. And once they get big enough, then you transplant them over here to the bigger area. And that's where you grow your potatoes. And then up here, this is where you can make repairs to circuitry and other things. Can't use it at the moment. There's a bed here. That we need to use soon. There's another bed down here, and this is the bed we're going to actually sleep in. Over in this room here. The reason I wanted to come in here is because there's some more food packets in here, which I'm going to pick up. Because my hunger is down a little bit too. So we're going to go ahead and eat some of those. And I think everything's up high enough to where we can... It looks like I don't have enough power. Still, we're going to go ahead and get some sleep though. We're not going to be able to do a whole lot until morning. I don't have enough oxygen, so let's go ahead and take some more oxygen. Then let's try to, again, to sleep. So basically we're still in our suit. Alright. So somehow or another we are still needing more power. Not sure what the heck's going on there. May need to look at our settings here. There is a thing that you can control the power going to the living room. And it looks like we've got some of it going to these potatoes that are non-existent. So let's take them down to 0. Same here. There we go. That was what we needed to do. See, I don't need my flashlight anymore. Now there's light. There's just a little bit too much power going to these things, and they weren't being used, so this should now, well, maybe not. I thought it would open on its own. Yeah, we don't have enough power yet. We have got to get power here, guys.
Oxygen set. Suit.
Very early morning. Seriously cold. We didn't really have enough time to power up this battery. I think that's part of the problem. Let me see here. I bet you anything that is a big... yeah. It hasn't had a chance to really get powered up yet. But we are going to go out for another excursion here. We need to do it anyway. We need to go find it. The next part of the mission says find. If you look at the lower right, find the tablet with geothermal data. Don't want to go in that. And then plant the potatoes. So let's go ahead and do that. While we're out, we'll get some. See if we can't get some more materials.
External.
Go ahead and close that. And you can just literally drive off of this thing because it's a ramp on both sides. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and collect some more materials. Here's a rock right here we can just grab real fast. Make sure we have a claw on there. Okay, it's extended out a little bit. Alright, we are going to go to the next rock, and I think we're going to go ahead and grab this big one. See how much of that we can get. Alright.
Oxygen set. Suit.
Yeah, we seriously need silicon. That's our... Oh, this is iron. There might be some silicon in here. Alright, looks like we have got those broke up enough.
Oxygen set. External.
Okay, let's grab what we can here. Sometimes you have to reset the claw. I've run into that more than once where I can't get it to work right. Seems to be a glitch. There we go. Alright, that's probably good enough for now. We can always come back and get more of these if we need to. Now, we need to come over here. There is a little structure that's part of this mission that we got to complete. And it's some geothermal technical data.
Dehydration detected.
Of course. Alright, we're going to go ahead and jump out.
Oxygen set. Suit.
To get to this, you just hop up here, no big deal, come over here and pick it up. This will allow you to make alterations to little circuitries and things like that. Before I leave, I am going to grab a little bit of material here. These things I can get screws and aluminum plates. These are things that we're going to need. It's kind of like when in Rome, so to speak. Steel plate, steel plate. And this is something we're not going to have to grind. Aluminum plates. Boom. And we got all that. And we can come back and get more if we need to later, but that should be enough for now.
Oxygen set. External.
Alright, let's go ahead and head on back to the compound. Yeah, the next step is we need to grow potatoes, but before we can do that, we've got to get a decent amount of power going to the habitat. Right now, we just don't have it. You can pull up on the other side, but I found that when you do that, it's really...
Dehydration detected.
Okay, I need to stop and drink, apparently. So that's one of the things that's kind of aggravating. You have to watch everything. Nope, that's not what I want. Alright, we're fine now. Okay, we're going to need to get the boom down. It looks like I dropped some material over there too. And if I'm not mistaken, I need to make sure that the power is going right to this contraption. It might be alright, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I guess it is got enough power. Alright, that's fine.
Oxygen set. Suit.
Yep, it seems to be working. Now let's see if we can't make the materials we needed. Let's see, I believe it was electronics we were short on, and we don't seem to be short on it now. Okay, let's go ahead and print those up. That's going to take it a minute. Watch it make its thing. I don't know why they seem to be so big. Alright, let's go ahead and check the inventory. Here they are. How many of those do I have? Do I have enough? We'll find out here in a minute, I guess. Let's go ahead and see if we can't make our solar panel here. And it will tell you if you don't have enough. Medium solar panel. Looks like we have everything we need. Let's build it. Now, it won't build unless it turns green, so we're going to have to find... There we go. Alright, and then we get the blowtorch out again. And there it goes. Boom, and it lines itself and everything's good with the world. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead, grab ourselves some power cords. We'll plug that in, and I am going to actually, instead of going through the transformer, well, maybe I'll go into the transformer. Yeah, I'm going to have to go into the transformer. We need another transformer pretty bad. Let's see. Let me drop this. Hold on. I need to look at this for a second. I'm going to take off of this one of those 5 kilowatt solar panels because they're not really giving us much. I think this one might be it. Make sure here. Nope. It was the wrong one. So I knew I was going to do that. I always get them mixed
Oxygen
up.
low.
It's in the reverse order. This is the one that I don't want. Okay. Let me go ahead and get some oxygen because I don't want to run out of that. Okay, let's get the cable to this. Let's figure out where it is. So that's the trouble. These cables crisscross all over the damn place. Okay, this is it. Now, we should have a lot more power coming in. Yep. See, now we're up to 95 kilowatts. That's going to make a big difference in getting power to all of everything. So, what is this supposed to be? I think it's supposed to be the... It's supposed to be that, but I don't have power going directly to that, so I don't know why it's saying that. It's going through the battery, actually. Yeah, we need... as much power going to this battery as we possibly can get. Let's see what we got here. 46. See if we can't bump that up a little bit. Yep, this is it. So let's bump that up now that we've got... And we're still well within the reaches of that. We're still well within the reaches of that. We don't need this. See, that solar panel wasn't even needed, to be honest. So let's go ahead and pick up that cable, so we're not confusing things. If we could get another transformer, we can make this work to our advantage even more. Right now, it's about the best we're going to do. Anyway, apparently this is not enough kilowatt, so we're going to take it out to about... Let's take it out to 33.3. Well, no, let's get a little more than that. Let's make it an even 40. That's what's going to the habitat. So let's see if things are going better in there now than they were.
Oxygen set. External.
We're still producing plenty of oxygen. The exterior doesn't have a whole lot of oxygen yet, but we're getting there. I don't know if any of this can adjust. Let's stop production for a second. I don't know if we can get anything better than that or not. No, all that did was increase the temperature. Let's try this. Again, temperature increase. That was all. Okay, that didn't help at all. It lowered things. Okay, I think that may be the best we're going to get. We'll try doing that, see if that does anything. Oh, see, even though that gives you 15 liters per hour, the temperature is at 100. If you try to turn it on now, it'll blow up. And believe me, that's not fun. Okay, that's not bad, but I want to get as much oxygen production as possible. Well, that's about as good as we're going to get. It's using 8.46 kilowatts. It's not too bad. And as far as oxygen goes, we are getting some production. See, my flashlight's not on, so we're definitely getting power. I thought I had this on auto. Yeah, I know the temperature is going down, but I wanted to show you something here real quick. If you come over here to where the oxygen is, pull this off, you can, well, usually you can fill that. It's not working right now. So I guess we're not getting enough oxygen production still. That's always a, like I said, oxygen is a big problem in this game.
Oxygen set. External.
Well, anyway, we've at least got some oxygen being produced. We've got power to the habitat. And it's about time for us to go to bed. It's getting really cold outside. There's not a lot you can do when it's this cold. But we're going to go ahead and put ourselves to bed, and we're going to call this an episode. We didn't die, and that's always good. Easy to die in this. I have killed myself multiple ways. But let's make sure we have our... You have to make sure your hunger's completely filled. That you have enough oxygen and enough hydration. Otherwise, it will not let you sleep. Now we're going to go for a full 7 this time. And there we go.
Dehydration detected.
Well, I knew that was going to happen. Water's easy to come by right now, so I don't care about the water so much. I'm going to go ahead and get my fill of water as soon as I find it. And we're good to go, guys, for another day. Anyway, the game's auto-saved, and that's it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this first look. I know it was a bit long, but I wanted to at least get power to this thing. Usually I can get it happen a little more often, but apparently I didn't get enough materials in that first batch of ores to make that the other solar panel. But anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead get back to work about trying to get this set up. So until then, guys, until the next episode, as I always say, aim straight, cast far, and have fun, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.